Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia, and this is the Kia Stinger. We're super excited to show you this car because it is better than we expected. It just showed up today, so I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of questions. If we don't answer what you wanna know in this video, let us know in the comments below, and we're gonna make plenty more videos. But first of all, let's go over this, the first look. So we cleaned the car this morning, but we haven't been able to keep it clean because we haven't been able to keep it on the lot. It's got some strip marks on it, and that's because we didn't let it dry before we drove it. This car is incredible to drive, certainly matching or exceeding those of its competitors, and of course its competitors are priced way above this. So this is an incredible car. Today we're going to take a look at the front, the back, we're going to look inside and outside, and of course we're going to have a whole bunch of features that we're going to talk about in future videos. So subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see more on this car. Do that right now, and we'll tell you all about this car. So let's go take a look. We'll start at the front. So starting with the front of the car, what I love about it is it still looks like a Kia. It's got that familiar looking grille here that we're using on all of our cars, but it's different. If you look at the details on this grille, it's a different shape, more angular, a little more aggressive. Even little things like the autonomous emergency braking, that's what this panel is here. They've worked that into the grille style. You've got a camera in there for the 360-degree camera system that's in this car. The thing I really love is the chrome on this car is actually kind of a darker chrome. It's like a smoked looking chrome, really sharp looking in this black color. The headlights look fantastic, a ton of detail in there. You got LED light strips in there, LEDs, just really, really cool looking headlights. And the details on top, you've got the details in the hood here. It really, really looks professional. It also looks aggressive, and it matches the character of the car. So while we're out front, let's take a look underneath the hood. So of course, the heart of any car is the engine, and in a GT class car, which is what this is, a Grand Touring car, which is really a luxury sedan mixed with a sports sedan. So it's not full-on sports car where it's completely uncomfortable, but it's not luxury car where it's just a plush ride and that's it. It's that perfect mix between a really sporty car and a really luxurious car. And in a car like this, the engine matters. So this is a twin-turbo 3.3 liter V6 gasoline direct injection engine, and what that means is it gets you 365 horsepower, 376 foot-pounds of torque, a ton of power, and it's geared well. It's got an 8-speed transmission, all geared to give you that power. This one's an all-wheel drive model. It's a rear-wheel drive car. This one's the all-wheel drive model, so it's a rear-wheel based car. What that means is if you're an enthusiast driver, you can wag the rear end on this thing, you can give it some gas, and it'll move around a corner, it'll dance for you. It does really well. The other things you notice when you look under the hood here, you see these little these little bars here. Extra stiffening helps make a really solid, stiff car. Of course, a solid car is a car that you can tune to handle, and boy does this thing handle. Let's go take a look at the back end. We'll talk about the practicality of the car, and we'll work our way to the driver's seat. So the back end of the car, a lot of good styling again. You've got that sloped, nice aerodynamic look here. Real nice lines here, a sharp cutoff that you don't really notice until you see it in person. Quad exhaust tips, but dual exhaust from the front to the back of the car. So it's not like they just have an exhaust system and run it out two sides. It's dual exhaust the whole way through. So good look, good design there. Stinger, a nice new font for us on the Stinger logo, GT, and this is the all-wheel drive model on this one. What I like as well, the exhaust tips built right into the diffuser. You've got the diffuser tips down there, some venting down here. Really, really sharp look, really distinctive. People will know what it is on the road. The thing that I like is in the sports sedan class, you're starting to see more and more hatchbacks. Now, why does a hatchback matter? Well, it used to be that on a sports sedan, you needed a pillar through here, which meant it had to be a sedan because you needed that for strength. But Kia has a ton of high-strength steel in this car. Kia does high-strength steel like no other manufacturer. What that means is they can create the stiffness necessary to tune the car as a GT car, as a sports sedan, but they can give you a hatchback. Now, does this matter? Well, this panel here can be removed, and you can start loading larger items in here. So if you're used to having an SUV and every now and then you need that space to load a larger item in, you can do that with this car. You've got all that space, the seats fold down, a ton of space, but you've also got the handling of a sports sedan. So we'll put this back up again, show you a couple other things in the trunk. What you don't see is underneath the floor here, you have your kit and a spare tire. So you do have a spare tire in this car. A lot of cars are moving to inflator kits. You still got a spare tire. Really wide, carpeted all the way through. It feels like a luxury sedan. It looks like a luxury sedan, but the hatchback gives you the practicality that maybe some of you SUV drivers are used to. So now you get some of that practicality of an SUV, but pure sports driving experience. And this car just makes so much sense for you if you've got that practical mind, but you want a fun car to drive. Let's take a look at the back seat and talk more about some practicality. So when you drive a Kia Stinger or this class of vehicle, you're going to be the one that drives. So if you take your business associates out for lunch, they're going to want to go in your car. So the rear seat matters in these cars. What I love back here is you've got a ton of space. It's nice and wide, you feel nice and roomy, and they don't treat your guests in the back like second class citizens. You've got heated seats with 3 levels of heating back here. You've got the tweeters and extra mid-range speakers and the bass speakers in the door. So 3 speakers in the door. You've got a little pouch down here, plenty of space. It doesn't look like I have much headroom, but that's because it curls down by the door here. Inside I've got, about a fistful of headroom above my head. I'm about 6 feet tall, so very comfortable space. Of course, you've got vents back here that sort of match the look of the vents in the front. They give you extra air control back here. You've got a USB plug as well as a 12-volt socket, so you can have your guests or yourself charge your devices. Armrest with cup holders in there. You got bottle holders in the door. Some plastic here which will keep the leather from scratching if anybody ever rubs against here, but of course nice feeling leather. The other thing you notice back here, when you look up, you've got a nice suede looking roof line. So the quality and the materials here are going to match cars well above it. Same thing with the LED light back here. A white color LED light, looks really rich at night. Great looking interior. And again, when you're the one that drives this car and you want to go out for lunch or go out somewhere, you're going to be taking your passengers with you. You want to make sure they're comfortable. They will be comfortable back here. Great space for your guests. So here we go. We're in the driver's seat. Now, one thing I didn't show you when I was in the back seat is that I didn't have the car running. So when I turn it on, steering wheel comes down, seat moves forward, it creates a little bit more space in the rear, and of course you have all kinds of customizable options here, so you can set the seat for where it is. There's so much to go over here, there's no way I can cover it in this one video, and this is a good chance for you to comment below of what you would like to see about this car. Maybe you've heard something in another video or another online review somewhere that you want to know more about. That's what we're going to try to cover for you. We know everybody can't cover everything on this car. So we'll just cover the basics. I'm going to miss things. Start with the doors. Of course, you got 3 speakers again, tweeters, mid-range, and the deeper speakers down low. Of course, full power everything, power seats, of course with memory. Some really nice trim. You can get the carbon fiber trim. We went with the more aluminum look, brushed aluminum look trim on this car. You've got a different looking gear lever on this car than we have in any other of our cars. The steering wheel is really nice. It's got a flat bottom with the GT on the bottom, so it's a real sports steering wheel. Paddle shifters, of course. This is a sports-inspired car. The dash in this car is incredible. The amount of customization that you can do with the things in this car, the menus, again, that's a completely other video. It's just incredible what you can do to customize this car just for you. Even the seats, of course, power seats, heated seats, cooled seats, all the standard stuff in a lot of the higher end Kias. What you get as well is the side bolstering can come in closer to you. So there's a lot of adjustments here. You can extend out the underneath your knees here so the seat can go longer and like curl out and reach there. So we'll show you that in this little clip right here. So you see it coming in and you can see it coming out as well. Comes a long ways out to give you good support underneath your thighs. And of course the side bolstering, even a thin guy like me can get snug in this seat, feel really tight. So whether you're man or woman, if you're sharing this car, the seats will fit you snug, and that matters because you're going to be going around corners very fast in this car. When you go around corners, you want to be held well in your seat. Okay, where else do we go? Different looking buttons for, of course, the heated and cooled seats. Something just unique to this car, kind of like aircraft style buttons. You've got a heated steering wheel, of course, the surround view camera system, the automatic idle stop and go. So this car has the option of when you come to a stoplight, turning itself off, and as soon as you take your foot off the brake and you're ready to go, it'll turn itself back on again. Just a fuel saving measure. Not everybody likes it, but a lot of its competitors have it, and it is an option on this car, or it's standard on this car. You just, if you want to use it, you tap the button and you can use it, so the car will turn off at stoplights, for instance. The gauge or the dash in this car is really cool. Everything you touch everywhere is soft touch. So this is a luxury car everywhere. The vents, they look like aircraft style vents. They are round, they have on-off switches in the middle, you can turn them, they have a nice click to them, and they can be aimed anywhere. Really cool styling in there. A lot of traditional type Kia things actually down below. You've got the automatic air conditioning, familiar buttons that are really well laid out, really ergonomic. The screen up top here, of course, high resolution, of course, navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all the stuff that come in all the Kias, available on every level of Kia right now. Where this thing differs, things like Doppler radar right in there. If you want to see your favorite sports teams and their scores, it's right in there. If you want to see traffic on the GPS, traffic information is in there as well. So we're going to have an entire video on that. There's a ton of things to go over in there as well. Sunroof, you've got the the new UVO system, so this car can be powered by an app. If you want to, for instance, start the car, turn on the heated steering wheel right from an app on your phone, no problem, you can do that. You can track where it is, all kinds of things. We've got that in the base level Rio is where it was introduced. This is our second car with that system. Really good system. A couple other little things. Lane keeping assist. Now there's a few different lane watch type systems out there. If you hear lane keeping assist with Kia, that means that not only does it warn you when you leave the lane, but it'll also steer you back into the lane. So this car has that, our Forte has that as well. A lot of options on this car. The biggest thing that you're gonna notice is the drive modes. So I'm gonna start the car up. Drive modes, let's see if it'll let me with the door open here. Smart, Eco, Comfort, Sport, or Custom. Again, an entirely other video, but Smart, Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Custom, those are drive modes in this car. Normally we have 3, some of our cars only have 2. This car's got 5 drive modes. Again, an entirely other video. We will cover that at some point, very soon hopefully, because that is a key piece to this car. Just incredible to drive. Different fonts here, heads-up display. We'll try to get a picture of that for you as well. Interior lighting, again, that soft touch everywhere, including the suede type feel. Even the front pillars, very narrow front pillars. Again, that high strength steel allows us to do that with this car. Narrow pillars help with visibility, but of course we're strong and able to tune this car. Again, this is a first look video. We're gonna have plenty more to show you. If you're not subscribed to our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/Brantford Kia. We're gonna be doing some live videos there with the car. Lots more to come on this car. So I hope you stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel, plenty to show you. And if you have questions, let us know and we'll get you the answers. Again, if you want to see this car, it's now here. Swing on by Brantford Kia.